The crowd was already screaming long before the lights went out. Bangkok, Rajamangala National Stadium. The air was electric, trembling with anticipation. This wasn't just another concert. This was the grand finale. BLACKPINK. The name that rewrote the history of pop music. And tonight, they were about to close their legendary Born Pink World Tour 2025 right here, in Lisa's hometown. Hey Blinks all over the world, hit that like button right now if you can feel this energy through your screen. Comment your bias, Jisoo, Jennie, Rose, or Lisa, because what's about to unfold will make your heart race faster than ever. Jisoo was the first to step on stage for soundcheck. Dressed simply in an oversized white tee and jeans, she looked effortlessly beautiful. A small wave from her hand was enough to make the crowd outside the gates scream. Jennie followed, her black hoodie pulled up, her natural charm glowing even without makeup. Rose tested the mic, her voice ringing clear and pure through the speakers. And then came Lisa, bucket hat, cargo pants, pure charisma. "Let's go, Bangkok," she shouted, and the stadium erupted. This was the moment fans had been waiting for, BLACKPINK's final soundcheck before the last show of the tour. Beneath the golden Bangkok sunset, it felt like something bigger was happening. The end of an era. The sound of every note carried a whisper of goodbye outside. Thousands of blinks lined the streets. Some came from Korea, Japan, Indonesia, the Philippines, even the US. Many had been camping for days. Their banners read things like, "Thank you BLACKPINK for changing our lives," and 9 years, 1 heart. Inside the stadium, the girls laughed between mic tests. Jisoo's mic glitched, Jennie teased her, Rose made a fake MC announcement, and Lisa started dancing out of nowhere. It wasn't just a rehearsal. It was a small concert for the lucky few who got soundcheck access. They performed snippets of Pink Venom, Shut Down, and a Stripped Down as if it's your last. Every second felt precious, yet even amidst the laughter, attention lingered. Rumors had been circulating for months. Would BLACKPINK continue after this tour? Was this really their final show together? When Jisoo hit the high note in Forever Young, Rose's eyes glistened. Jennie turned toward Lisa with a bittersweet smile, as if silently saying, "Let's remember this forever." The soundcheck ended. But outside, the energy only grew louder. The countdown to the show began. 10 minutes. Then 5. Then 1. The ocean of pink light sticks shimmered like stars across Rajamangala. The giant LED screen lit up with one powerful line, "BLACKPINK in your area, the final night." The crowd exploded. Jennie appeared first, fire and confetti bursting around her. "How you like that" blasted through the speakers, shaking the ground. Behind her, Jisoo danced with perfect grace, Rose strummed her guitar, and Lisa hit her rap like lightning. The stadium went insane. After the third song, Jisoo smiled at the crowd. "Blinks, are you ready to cry tonight?" she said, half joking. Jennie laughed, adding, "Let's make this night unforgettable." The lights dimmed. A single spotlight fell on Rose sitting by a piano. The first notes of Hard to Love filled the air, and the stadium fell silent. Halfway through, Jisoo whispered softly into her mic, "For everything we've shared, thank you." Then the screens behind them flashed a montage, BLACKPINK through the years, their debut in 2016, Coachella, the Paris runways, the world tours, the milestones. The crowd sobbed. Lisa bowed her head, trying to hide her tears. As the song faded, Jennie stepped forward. "We've been together for 9 amazing years," she said, voice trembling slightly. "And tonight might be our last show as one." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Some fans screamed no. Others stood frozen in shock. Jennie smiled gently. "Don't cry yet. We still have surprises." Without warning, the beat of Boombaya dropped, and the entire stadium erupted. Confetti burst into the sky, pink lights flashed everywhere, and the girls went wild. It was as if they had rewound time, the same energy, the same fire as their debut days. Jisoo twirled freely, Rose laughed as she ran toward the edge of the stage, Jennie threw in an impromptu freestyle, and Lisa broke into a dance solo that left the audience screaming. Every heartbeat in Rajamangala pulsed in sync. This was beyond music. It was a global love story being sung one last time, song after song. The night soared higher, kill this love, lovesick girls, type of girl. Each lyric hit differently, heavier, more emotional. Then the music stopped. The four silhouettes stood side by side, illuminated by a sea of pink. Lisa took the mic. Bangkok, you've always been my home. The cheers shook the stadium. But tonight, it's more than that. Tonight, Blackpink is home. Jisoo looked up at the sky. Thank you, Blinks. For every scream, every tear, every smile. Jennie added softly, no matter what happens after this, remember, Blackpink is forever. Rosé's voice broke slightly. This isn't goodbye. It's see you later. Then, the gentle chords of As If It's Your Last began. The entire stadium sang together, thousands of voices merging into one. Pink confetti rained down like falling stars. Fans held up banners reading, Forever Blackpink. For 4 minutes, time stood still. Every flash of light, every tear, every lyric felt eternal. When the final note faded, the girls stood together, hands intertwined, and bowed deeply. The applause lasted for minutes. Some fans were crying uncontrollably. Others simply stood there, smiling through their tears, not wanting it to end. On the big screen, one final message appeared, Blackpink, Born Pink World Tour 2025. Thank you, Blink. The lights went dark, but outside, the chant kept echoing through the Bangkok night, Blackpink. 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 That sound, raw, passionate, endless, was proof that this wasn't just a concert. It was a moment in history. From Seoul to Coachella, from Paris to Bangkok, Blackpink had done what no one else could, turn music into memory, and memory into eternity. If you're still feeling the chills after hearing this, subscribe and share this story with every Blink you know. Because maybe, just maybe, this isn't the end. Something bigger might already be waiting behind the curtain. Blackpink in your area, and forever in our hearts. The crowd outside Rajamangala didn't move, even after the lights went out. It was as if no one wanted to believe it was over. Thousands of Blink stood frozen, clutching their pink hammer bongs, eyes fixed on the dark stage that had just held 4 of the most powerful women in music. Some cried. Some laughed through tears. Some whispered prayers, hoping for an encore that might never come. But inside the backstage tunnel, the story wasn't done. The sound of footsteps echoed softly against the concrete floor, 4 sets, slow and heavy. Jennie walked first, still catching her breath. Rose followed, her fingers trembling slightly as she held her water bottle. Jisoo smiled faintly at the staff, even as her eyes shimmered. And Lisa? Lisa turned around one last time, peeking back toward the empty stage. For a brief moment, she stood still. The faint echo of fans chanting her name drifted through the walls. Lisa. 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 She closed her eyes and whispered, Kpop Ka, Bangkok. The girls gathered in a quiet room behind the stage. It was silent except for the muffled roar outside. Jennie took off her in-ear monitors and let out a long sigh. 9 years, she said softly. Can you believe it's been that long? Rose sat down beside her, running her fingers through her hair. Feels like a dream we never woke up from, she replied. Jisoo smiled, her voice calm and warm. It's not a dream. It's our story. Lisa leaned against the wall, wiping her eyes. Do you think the fans know how much we love them? They do, Jennie said instantly. They always have. Outside the room, the crowd began singing. Thousands of voices rose together in the night, Forever Young, We Are Blackpink. The girls listened, motionless. Every lyric, every shout carried through the walls like a heartbeat. Rose whispered, I want to go back out there. Jennie laughed through a tear. Me too. And then, as if the universe heard them, a voice from the hallway shouted, They're still chanting. They're not leaving. Lisa grinned. Then neither are we. Moments later, the lights inside Rajamangala flickered back on. The crowd gasped. A wave of pink light burst back to life. The screen on stage flashed, Encore. The four silhouettes appeared once more, walking back out slowly, holding hands. The roar that followed could have shaken the city Bangkok. Jisoo shouted, her voice raw but full of life. You didn't think we'd leave like that, right? Lisa laughed, running to the edge of the stage. You guys are crazy. Jennie raised her mic, her voice cracking from emotion. This one's for every blink who believed in us since day one. And then, the opening chords of Stay filled the stadium. It wasn't part of the set list. It wasn't rehearsed. It was pure emotion. Rosé's voice trembled as she began to sing. Jennie joined in, soft and low. Lisa's rap lines came slower, more personal. And Jisoo closed her eyes as she sang the chorus, her voice echoing like a heartbeat across the night. Fans waved banners that read "Blackpink Forever." Many were crying openly now. The camera zoomed across faces, a girl from Seoul holding her mother's hand, a boy from Manila wiping his tears, a Thai fan clutching a poster that said "Welcome home, Lisa." As the final line faded, Rose spoke quietly into her mic, "You've given us everything. So tonight, we give you our hearts." Jennie added, "No matter where we go next, this," she pointed at the crowd, "will always be home." Lisa's voice cracked as she whispered, "Bangkok, I'll remember this for the rest of my life." Then Jisoo smiled through her tears. "Blackpink loves you. Always." They bowed one last time, longer than before. The fireworks shot into the sky, painting it pink and gold. From above, the stadium looked like a galaxy, every lightstick a star, every fan a part of the universe Blackpink created. As they left the stage again, the members lingered for just a moment. Rose turned back and waved. Jennie blew a kiss. Jisoo formed a heart with her hands. Lisa mouthed, "See you soon." The crowd erupted again, but this time it wasn't a scream, it was a chorus of love, of gratitude, of something eternal. Outside, long after midnight, fans still refused to leave. The air was warm, filled with laughter, tears, and songs. Someone started singing "Shut Down," and within seconds, the entire street joined in. The melody floated through the Bangkok night like a living memory. Inside a van leaving the stadium, the four girls sat quietly. No words, just soft smiles. The city lights reflected off the window as Rose whispered, "It doesn't feel like an ending, does it?" Jennie shook her head. "It feels like a new beginning." Lisa leaned her head on Jisoo's shoulder. "Whatever comes next, we'll face it together." And as the van disappeared into the Bangkok night, the chants outside still echoed faintly in the distance, "Blackpink. Blackpink. Blackpink." A promise written not in ink, but in hearts, that no matter what happens next, the world will never stop saying their name. Blackpink in your area, forever and always.